What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video where we are drafting BBM5. Taking Garrett Wilson at the 110. At our other draft, we are at the, I don't know, we'll find out together. 107. We'll take the 107. As long as it's not the 112, we're feeling okay. Because even though Gibbs is expected to play week 1, it doesn't feel as good. Like, if Gibbs was going into the year 100% healthy, I wouldn't really care about having the 112 because then you can mix it up there and it feels fine. And Gibbs can be like the player that I'm consistently taking a lot of at the 112. I'd be down for that. But now with the hamstring scare, I don't know. It's a little sus. It's a little sus. As you can see now, Gibbs is falling to me the 15. Like, I kind of just want to take Nico Collins. It sets up for potentially CJ Stroud later. I could do also like a Tank Dell double stack. That'd be kind of cute if Tank Dell comes to the 34. It's not something I do often with Tank Dell doing like a double stack there. Bijan, Breeze, Brown. I mean, I kind of want to go AJ Brown. Like, just it hurts going. It hurts going running back. I can't lie. I have. I don't want to bullshit my percentage, but it's not. I don't have a lot of Brees and Bijan in BBM. In other formats, I'm kind of down to dabble, but in BBM, I don't know. It's a very wide receiver heavy format, A lot of wide receivers get taken early. Sometimes you can get boxed out if you go running back too early. And when the points are pretty replaceable, I like going receiver. AJ Brown also sets up for the Jalen Hurts stack, and Jalen Hurts is going still in the 40s, which is awesome for people that draft AJ Brown like myself and Devonta Smith, because you just get Jalen Hurts at a pretty cheap, ridiculous price sometimes, and cheap Jalen Hurts is very good. Like, we had QBs going in the second round last year. I can't believe we've regressed this far. Like, they should be going. Where should they be going? Middle of the third. It's where it's where like the super elite ones should be going, probably middle of third. Over here, Tank Dell goes off the board. It's really sad. We get sniped. Thank God I wasn't here to see it. It would have been tragic. Can go Pacheco. The buys here really don't work out great. I'm just gonna go Rashir Ice. Like, I really don't care. I think going Rashir Ice is fine there. Do I go Nico over here as well? No, let's go A-Chain. Let's not be a bitch. Let's take A-Chain. He's one of the best players. Going A chain though does kind of it concedes me going Hurts. If I ever want to go Hurts in the third, I'm never going Hurts in the third now. But it still makes him awkward in the fourth because then I have like 1-1-2, and then I need to click wide receiver the next 3 rounds in rounds 5, 6, 7. So like it looks okay. It's not the worst, but I don't know. What happened? This 2-1 Kelsey Mahomes. That's kind of based. Okay. Low key, I was kind of thinking about going Mahomes, so that does block that play for me. I could go T Higgins. That's, but what do I go here? Is it just Pacheco? Just take the Bengals. I don't hate it. Or not the Bengals, the Chiefs. The Bengals. Pacheco's going at the 34. We get him at the 39. Him being our 1 RB. I don't hate it. One of the best offenses in the league. I'm down. We can afford to go. Can we? Yeah, we can afford to go 7th round Stroud. But 6th round Stroud might be. Yeah, I don't like. Can we like? It depends on the quality of receiver we get at 58, and the potential receiver that we can get at 63 over Stroud. Because only having Nico now means that like we don't need a guaranteed take Stroud. Like if we had Tank Dell, we'd be guaranteed taking Stroud for sure in the 6th. But now it's like maybe we push him to the 7th. But push him to the 7th usually means you don't get him because if we look at his ADP, he's going at 70 now. He was going a little later than that a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. But now that everyone is starting to flood in, QBs are starting to go earlier. And yeah, him falling to 82 when he goes at 70, it's a little unrealistic. It does depend where the other Texan receiver groups go, and they do go in a pretty. They don't go in totally optimal spot. Fully optimal would be at them obviously behind me, but they do go right in front of me. So if neither of them decide to take him in the 6th round, he will fall to the 7th, and they will have a decision then. I'm gonna take Tank Dell. All right. Tank has week 15 correlation with A Chain. Regardless of that, Tank is an incredible football player. I want him on the team. Doesn't have the same buy as AJ Brown. That's a plus for sure. 2 picks away over here. This guy's got to go Hollywood now if he wants a receiver from the Chiefs because this guy took Worthy at 55. I wonder where Worthy ends up by the start of the season. Terry goes. That's unfortunate. I would have loved to pick Terry. Ridley's still on the board. Pitts is still on the board. I mean, Pitts is still on the board. KW3 is still on the board. This is a really good range. Yeah, like we're never going like you see. This is why you can never go 6th round Stroud. Be like, do you see the position players here? This is ridiculous. I think we have to go Pitts. Pitts makes me feel. Pitts makes me feel good. Pitts makes me feel good here. Are we gonna go KW3? Absolutely not. Am I up Rome Odunze? Rome Odunze, Calvin Ridley. In terms of correlation, we're not really getting much. 20 seconds over here. We can go Hurts if we want. It's probably who we go. Like, just look at the players here. Like, who would you Who'd you go over stacking AJ Brown with Hurts? You know, it's pretty thin. It's pretty thin to me. We do go two non-wide receivers, um, but like we can't take Pittman, and Pittman is good. Um, not even that Pittman's good. Pittman. Maybe I should have just taken Pittman. Do I just take Pittman there? Fuck. Now I'm thinking about it. Ridley Rome. Ridley Rome. I'm going Rome. Rome lets us go Caleb. Gives us another out at quarterback. I mean, Ridley does let us go Will Levis too, which isn't bad. And Ridley is supposed to be the one over there, especially with D Hop injured. But I don't know how confident I am in that offense as a whole, relative to Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze's connection. Like what Roma Dunze relative could be, what Roma Dunze could be by the end of the season in the weeks that we need him the most is what I'm playing for. Weeks 15 through 17, like this the what, pick 106, 111. Where's Caleb going on underdog right now? 107. That's tight. That's tight because DJ Moore is at 31, and like Caleb is such a fun player to pick right now. It's hard, like if you have a Bears player, it's hard not to pick Caleb. Like, and you can even like gaslight yourself into saying that going Caleb Cole Komet is like the truth too, or like Caleb Gerald Everett. But I mean, it's like not the worst thing in the world because like Caleb should be honestly really good this year, and he seems like he is going a little too low for what his weekly upside may be. And especially stacking him with Rome and DJ Moore, Keenan, all of them, it's it feels good. It feels like it literally feels like the Texans. Like the Caleb Williams has the chance to come in and be what CJ Stroud was to the Texans to the Bears. Totally possible. What's going on over here? Do we go Ridley over here? We'll go Ridley over here. I could have went Keenan. I do like to mix it up though. We can still get Roma Dunze on the way back. Like Keenan and Roma Dunze are still on the board with 7 picks to us. It's kind of my thinking is that we can potentially get one of them right here. Like on the other side of our board, we go tight end plus receiver. Now we just go receiver. If I had to pick between Ridley plus one Bears receiver, you know, it's a hard choice. But I'm probably going a Bears receiver. But given the chance that we can set up to where we can get one of them still on the way back, that's a pretty good outcome I want to play for. Getting JSN here is insane. Getting JSN here feels insane. Let's go. We could go Hollywood. Injured double stack? No. No. It's JSN, not close. We love JSN. It's past ADP. Give us JSN all day. Please. And then on top of that, I mean, obviously, like week 17 correlation with Romadunze. And then on the way back, we can go Najee or Jalen Warren. You see, this is the part where it is Stroud went at the 71, and funnily enough, he went to the person with none of the Texans receivers. Um, it's cute how that works sometimes. Romadunze goes very cringe. He went at the 61. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. We have the option to go Pitts. We go Odunze Ridley, and then we go Pitts Ridley. Not taking a receiver here does kind of hurt, but I mean, it's Kyle Pitts, boys. It's Kyle Pitts. It's Kyle Pitts. Come on, the value. Think about the value. We always do this to ourselves. It like every other draft, just don't. We will recover and take wide receiver our next likely two picks. Two, at least two out of the next three. At least two out of the next three. Wow, they both got taken. Dude, you went both of them. Fuck you. That's so lame. I think we go Zamir now. What the hell? That's so gross. Like you just go both of them? That's crazy. That's crazy behavior. That's crazy behavior. It's fine. I love Zamir. Well, I would have liked to get a week 17 stack with our Chiefs players. That being Najee or Jalen Warren. So but you know, that's not just how it plays out sometimes, I guess. Sometimes they just go they just do that. They just do that sometimes. It's fucked. It's fucked up, man. We can. What are we doing here? McConkey, JSN. I mean, I don't. I'm not taking. I can't. I actually can't take J. Wait, fuck. I can't really take McConkey either. I really need JSN to stay on the board. This guy shouldn't go. Okay, him going Stroud is great. I need this guy to not go JSN. We really fuck. Okay, well, you see, this is why you go wide receiver. This is why you don't go Kyle Pitts because this happens. Because Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, and then fucking JSN too, man. Like, I do get Lab McConkey, but the unlucky part is I had like this is why I should have probably went Keenan instead of Calvin Ridley is because now Lad McConkey's on the board, but it doesn't feel as great because week 5 bye. Now I have 3 week 5 buys. Am I still going to go him? Yeah. We're still going to Lad McConkey because it's an ADP value and what I need to do now is take 7 to 8 receivers and then have none of them have week 5 buys because I need to have at least 4 or 5 wide receivers playing in week 5. And currently, 3 of my 4 great receivers I'm supposed to have on my team are not going to be playing in week 5. So it's going to be a little bit of a rough week for us at wide receiver. We did it to ourselves. Yeah. So now we can sweat Caleb Williams. Where are the Bears pieces again? Here's Keenan. He went Goddard. Please, 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 dude, please. Oh my God, Jordan Love, please, Mario. I swear to fucking God, Mario. Yes. It feels so good. This is why you go Rome. You play for these outcomes. You play for these outcomes where now we have fucking Caleb Williams. Now we have Caleb Williams. And now our JSN and Rome Odunze picks look fucking a moi. They look good. They look good. We can go. We can do a lot of different things at our next pick, to be honest. We have a. Yeah, this is a very. This team is very nicely built compared to this one. The things did not go as swimmingly over here, but we just slammed Josh Palmer. Bowers goes. I mean, we're never picking Bowers with Pitts. Us going Pitts twice, just we're never going Bowers. Jordan Addison goes. I mean, Ramondre and Warren are both, like it's not bad. I think we're going Ramondre. I mean, it is the worst offense in the league. Like, are we going Ramondre? Yeah, fuck it. We'll go Ramondre, dude. Fuck it. Oh my god, whatever. It's the worst offense in the league, but I don't care. No, let's go Sheed. Let's go Sheed. Let's go Sheed. I took too long on my other decision, which did give me less time over here. Is Shahid who I would have ended up go? Is Shahid who I would have gone? Shahid is pretty good on the squad. The only other consideration is Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary is also a good pick because non-corresponding by. Um, I mean, I can't say anything about the offense, but yeah, it's honestly probably just Shahid. Shahid's oh, that was a good one. Good pick. He gets the week 17 with Zamir White as well. As well. Who went after Shahid? Wicks, Myers, Cooks. Yeah, like I'm taking Shahid. Like, you could argue Wicks and Shahid to me for sure if you were a big enough Wicks bull. Um, you could convince me because I'm in the camp that Wicks is pretty fucking good at football too. So okay, so we need Romeo Dubs, we need Cortland Sutton. This is a Shahid team as well. It's a Shakir team as well. I'm Shakir over Shahid for sure, but I need to up that. I need to update on my rankings. These rankings are from a very long time ago. It's probably a few weeks ago. The other problem is our current wide receivers. Well, I mean, I guess we could go. Not Kirk Cousins is actually fine. Never mind. Never mind. I was just looking pretty linear, like because Herbert, Will Levis, two cheap, great quarterbacks to stack with, both week 5 buys. So we can't do that. Like you just can't do that. I will go Dubs here over Shakir, but I do hope he chooses one of them so I don't have to decide. Uh, who is better? Who's better? Fuck, man. I'm going Romeo Dubs. I'm going Romeo Dubs. I'm just gonna let it all draft Romeo Dubs. We're going Romeo Dubs. None of them have correlation. Wait, is that true? Ramondre has to have some correlation. Ramondre has correlation with fucking Shakir, dude. I might have fish brained that shit. I may have just fish brained that shit. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. This is a good Austin Eckler team. No cope. This is a good Austin Eckler team. No cope. No cope. And we're definitely going to push Rodgers. Like taking Rodgers at 135 when we could be taking a skill position player here is just that's a no no. The question is Tyler Algier or Ty Chandler? Ooh, or Kirk Cousins. But the thing is like we can just decide to push Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers because that makes it more likely that we get one of them at our next pick, and I don't really care which one that I get. So I think that's probably the better play. Uh, well, now it's a choice between these three: Charbonnet, Algier, Dobbins. Let's go Algier. The Falcons have been pretty vocal about what Algier's role should be. And yeah, I'm buying in. I'm buying in. That's the spot. We are buying. I think. I think I take RB here. The question is Javante Corum Singletary. I think Singletary. I'm not sure what was correct. We shall check. Singletary is acceptable. Yeah. Singletary is fine. He gets the partial week 16 correlation with Kyle Pitts, so that gets a lot bigger of a boost if we end up going Kirk Cousins, which does seem like the likely scenario for our team. Pick 138 is pretty comfy to pick Kirk Cousins, usually. I don't know who we're usually. I don't know who we're gonna be picking over Kirk Cousins there. So and then here, these two fellows are still on the board. Like I could also play for Gino, but I know I have Caleb Gino combinations, multiple of them. So I'm definitely not trying to have that. I will just default and do that. I could mix in Derek Carr with Shaheed, but I would feel better about Gino and the grind on the Ryan Grubb offense. We do see Kurt go tragedy. This guy has no correlation. We get Aaron Rodgers, and normally, depending on time of year, I'm pushing Aaron Rodgers here. But this is take your fucking quarterback season because it's dangerous in these streets. It's dangerous. Like you never know what they're about to do. You never know what anyone's about to do. And we want our premium Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers stack. The amount of For the amount of Garrett Wilson I have, it is actually criminally for the amount of Aaron Rodgers I have. It should be more, but I'm someone that pushes quarterbacks, and I cannot tell you like people just like taking unstacked Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just a name people like clicking. He's late on the board. It's like fuck it. I guess I'll just click Aaron Rodgers. I think there's a little bit of Aaron Rodgers theory where people just like clicking Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers theory is what I'm saying. Like people just like clicking him, man. And here it's actually pretty debatable between Conklin and Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman's the projectable wide receiver too, and I think that entices me a lot more than what Conklin offers when I already have Pitts. I do have Aaron Rodgers, which does draw me in a little bit more, but I think I'm still gonna go Bateman. Over here, I think it's Jalen Polk. I think that makes the most sense. I got one look at the board, but I'm pretty sure it's Jalen Polk. Like Jalen Polk or AD Mitchell, give me Jalen Polk. Because when Josh Downs inevitably comes back and is at 100% this season, AD Mitchell gets boxed out. Does Jalen Polk get boxed out by anyone on that offense? I don't think so. Demario Douglas, I do think and rate really highly as a receiver. I think of and rate really highly as a receiver, but like Jalen Polk is like with what his size is and what he brings to that team, like that's just something that Demario Douglas like can't replicate. So it's not like he can box out Jalen Polk. So yeah. Like I was very down to be in on Devontae Walker. Like even though I was low on Devontae Walker as a prospect, a wide receiver going to the Ravens is very bullish because Zay Flowers isn't a true alpha, and Rashad Bateman, I was very high on coming out of college. He gets the draft capital, and I mean, he's just been injured. He's been injured, and he did have very good metrics when he was healthy his first year, but like man, he just hasn't been healthy, and like the coaches speak very high of him, his teammates speak very highly of him, and when he's healthy, it seems like he's a good player. But if a receiver that went there ended up performing in camp, I mean, Rashad Bateman just ends up getting boxed out because of his health at some point. I feel like because we haven't seen him develop into being like a Keenan Allen, where like even if you get hurt every single season, when you come back in, you still are the target monster. That doesn't happen for Rashad Bateman. So we are 1361. Kirk Cousins went off the board. It looks like tragically. I think we're going Ty Chandler, or no, it's Algier. It's still Algier because I really think there's a lot of value in splitting up your buys um for running backs in best ball because having starting running backs each week is very important. So like me having different running backs or different buys for my running backs, I think it's something I don't prioritize, but it's something that does tie break for me, like because I don't really love Algier or Ty Chandler, but I already had a week 6 buy. So if I already had a week 12 buy, I'm going Ty Chandler every time. Like yeah, I don't give a fuck what the correlation I have is. Here it's Johnny Smith for me. It's Johnny Smith for me for sure. Um, you could argue Corley Yosvash is our next pick. It's an Aaron Rodgers team, so Corley does make a lot of sense. But I'm not dying to get Corley with Garrett Wilson on my team. I don't have Conklin, which does open up the door for me to go Corley, and I don't have Braylon Allen or anything. Another play for me to go here would be, but the thing is, I'm at the 183. Like I'm getting too cute trying to take players like Bigsby, who's at 207. The fact that Bigsby is 207 is insane. Draft Bigsby. Draft Tank Bigsby. Like he is going to be. He was nothing last year. I have this advanced model that I work on, and it literally thought that he was the worst player at the position last year. He didn't get great opportunities, fairly enough, but he really didn't perform either. And I mean, it looks like a night and day difference, honestly, in his talent, like from last year and this year. Corley Yoshavash, like we know this it's hard because I think I'm going Corley. Like Yoshavash is uncorrelated. They have the same bye week. Like I'm going Corley. In that situation, I'm going Corley. Is it a no brainer? Eh. I don't know. Like I am a fan of Malachi Corley, but I don't know if that was I don't know. That there's usually not many picks in this range that just feel like the nuts. Alan Lazard has me worried, man. Alan Lazard has me worried. Does that what does that say about Malachi Corley's talent? Maybe that has something to maybe there's something there, but I don't know. Like maybe like I really liked Malachi Corley's film out of Western Kentucky. I really did. He was one of the players I was higher on. He's really shifty with the ball in his hands. He honestly reminds me a little bit about Rasheed Rice, where when he just gets the ball in his hands, he's very explosive. And I think that the Jets are going to have him running these really low A dot routes and just give him the chance to like explode. Uh, what do we do here? I think I'm going to Mario Douglas. I think he's the best player available. Genuinely, I was looking, scanning, seeing if I was seeing anything I liked. Didn't really see anything. Did not really see anything. Does this line us up to get Drake May? I think so. I think so. I think it's going to be a Drake May team. Is it also going to be a Will Levis team? Maybe, maybe that's what you need. Maybe it's a three. No, that's not what we're doing. That's cap. But is Drake May going to be starting by week 5? I don't know. Probably. I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so. Um, like if I had to bet, would it be week 5? I don't know. But what I like the nut scenario is we go into the season, Brissett's the starter, assumingly. I know like that's obviously the case. That's not the nuts, but I'm saying like this is the nut scenario, assuming Brissett's the starter. We go into the season, and the Patriots look so bad that they just put May in because Brissett is just not performing. Brissett needs to look so bad, man. Like we want him to look bad fast because then May gets in quicker. The faster Brissett looks bad, the more the fans are gonna want May to come out, and that's great for us, baby. That's great for us. We now have 3 week 4 team buys and 3 week 5 buys, so both of those weeks are now dead to us. In terms of wide receiver, Jalen McMillan's a really good way to supplement that. Our running back room is it's tight, could be better. Braylon Allen here actually might just be the pick. Braylon Allen, Jalen McMillan. With this wide receiver room, I'm probably going Braylon Allen. I do want a little more juice in our RB room. I think we do end up getting Tank. That is beautiful. I think we're gonna line up Tank and then I don't know. I'm still a little 3 RB, a little 3 tight end slut. Like even though we have an elite one, like I really do just like 3 tight end. It's because there's so many good options at this end of the board for tight end. It's just not letting me queue Theo Johnson. Okay, that's not an option. Can I pick Theo Johnson? Is that an option? Or is like Theo Johnson chill? Like I think I'm going the who am I picking over him? I am a Luke McCaffrey stan, but I don't know how real it is. Theo Johnson feels real. Oh, we can cue him now. Theo Johnson feels real. Like, have y'all seen the clip of Theo bitching up Hutchinson on that block? He's getting playing time. Like, he is going to be on that field for sure. Does Theo Johnson score in this lineup? To be seen. To be seen. Should we have gone Derek Carr over Theo Johnson? That's a consideration for sure. I do think that Rodgers and Williams are like two really solid cheap ones to have two with. Like Williams and Trevor, I think are like the end of a tier for me where I want to be starting them with two quarterbacks. If I'm picking my first quarterback after the Trevor tier, like the thing is though is like there are worlds where you pick like teams of Kirk Cousins and Garrett Wilson, and that's just what you needed. Like that's all you need. Or not Kirk Cousins, Garrett Wilson, Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. Just got Garrett Wilson on the brain, you know? So good at football. Like not like we're already getting killed week 5. We can't not start a quarterback in week 5. Dude, what? How long of a pause has this been? We only got 4 rounds, man. Come on. I guess I can pull up Twitter, see if like Underdog is saying something about like a server wide crash or something. This is insane. We just been sitting here. There we go. What the fuck? A 6-minute delay for no fucking reason. Literally no reason. Time just stopped. Time just stopped on Underdog. Crazy. Crazy behavior. He's still here. He was locked in. Time to find out who's still here. Surely this guy is going RB, right? He's got 3. And 2 of them are the Rams. What the fuck? And Jaleel McLaughlin. 2 Rams, Jaleel McLaughlin. Angry Slug, I'm sorry. You're not advancing. And Jermaine Burton. Like you honestly did great at receiver. Wow, you could have stopped at Wandale. For sure. Do we handcuff Ramondre with Gibby? Fuck no. We're going Isaiah Likely. If we can. Please. Huge. Huge. How many receiving yards do we think Devin Singletary gets? You know what I'm saying? Probably not many. Probably not many. I imagine when the ball is thrown, a lot of the time it's going to be in the direction of Mr. Neighbors. Sometimes Wandale. Potentially, sometimes Theo. You know, that's a new outcome. Like for what Theo is, I think he's good value. He's not going to be Sam Laporta. Like he's not. we should expect very little. Like he could be Tucker Craft, and that'd be cool. He would pay off his value at Tucker Craft. He could be Tucker Craft or Luke Musgrave year one, and that'd be cool. Competing to start week one 2 hours ago. What? As of 2 hours ago? Yeah. If May's potentially starting week one, like he only loses the job through injury. No, like, am I dumb for thinking that? I don't think so. I didn't even realize we took Ramondre. We actually just took 4 fucking Patriots. Yeah, we're just stacking the lowest fucking implied total team, and yeah, get fucked. They are cheap. They are cheap, and we only care about fantasy points. We don't care about points. Which I mean, that does involve touchdowns. So let's not get that twisted. But Douglas and Polk, their values relative to where they're going, very cheap. Ramondre, his role relative to where he's going, I mean that it depends. Like Ramondre could end up being a bad pick for sure, but we were taking Ramondre comfortably at the 2-3 turn last year. Obviously, the bet has changed with Gibby now existing in the backfield, but I don't know. Like Ramondre is Ramondre, and he gets paid like a bell cow. So will they use him like a bell cow? To be seen. Am I betting on it? A little bit, just a little bit. I don't have the biggest Ramondre stance, but it's a sizable one for sure. And if the reports are coming out of May's competing for the week one job, then that means that he's starting by week three, man. Like, I don't need to take another quarterback with Jalen Hurts. Like, we can just rock with Jalen Hurts, Drake May, I think. I think I'm comfortable doing this now. Lowest implied team total, whatever. Whatever, man. If I take another week 12 bye, do you think I could just roll out Singletary, Ramondre, A-Chain? Because I want to take. I want to be so beyond overweight on Tank Bigsby. I'm not handcuffing Devin Singletary. Fuck that. But Tracy already running at practice either means he's a god or a little bitch. There's no in between. There's no in between. Will Shipley is a nice little correlated piece. I don't know. I think I'm just going Tank Bigsby. I'll just take this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Week 12, we have our 3 started running backs. It's okay. It's fine. No cope. It's fine. No cope. For real. We're going Pitts likely. Can we stop at 2? Absolutely. Are we going to stop at 2? We'll see. Potentially Luke McCaffrey, potentially Roman Wilson. Whittington's on the menu now. Would I go another running back? Probably not with this room. Like week 12, it's like, sure, I'm probably not going to be scoring the most optimal amount of points at the position, but it's still doable with A-Chain, Ramondre, Singletary, no cope. So I'll leave it up to chance that week, I think. So the only considerations, really, I mean, I guess Troy Franklin's on the menu too. I haven't picked Troy Franklin in a while though. It doesn't sound like, dude. Like I don't know what it is about Sean Payton drafting receivers and then just fucking hating them. Like, does he do this to all of them? Like when fuck Sean Payton, man. He bitched up our Marvin Mims. It seems like he's bitching up our beloved Troy Franklin. Like I haven't picked Troy Franklin in a solid like probably 30 or 40 drafts in this tournament and still probably have over 20%. It's gross. Like I had so much Troy Franklin. And that was he was going to pick like 180 or something. Now he's fallen to the last round where he's just going undrafted sometimes now. It's not it doesn't feel good. Like we could go Theo, we could go Zach Ertz. I don't hate Zach Ertz, but when we have an elite tight end, if I wouldn't mind Zach Ertz if he was our tight end too, like filling in sometimes. Colby Parkinson, Jawan Johnson. I mean, nah, fuck. Are mm, are we going Luke? Are we going Luke? Fuck it, man. We're going Luke because real talk, that is my boy. Like if you go on the channel and look at our wide receiver video that we did for scouting incoming wide receivers before the draft happened, Luke McCaffrey, eye test wise for me was wide receiver 6 coming into the class. So I've been a big Luke McCaffrey fan. Um, it is a week 14 bye. So now we have Brown, Ridley, McConkey, Dubs in week 14. We could have went Whittington. That might have been a better pick. Fuck, was it just Whittington over McCaffrey? Did I just overthink that? It's close. It's honestly close. It really just, I mean, it all revolves around who ends up being a better player, but process wise, like, I mean, McCaffrey has the stacks. Like, if we're playing for playoff best ball here, McCaffrey has the stacks. So that's what we're rolling with. That was our 127th, 128th BBMs. Thank you all for watching. Catch you later.